No matter how sharp your intellect is, how many truths you've uncovered, or how vast your knowledge may be, intelligence, far from unlocking every door, can easily become your greatest curse. Have you ever wondered why those with the sharpest minds often find themselves alone? Why those who truly understand the workings of the world end up isolated? It's no coincidence. If every conversation feels like a battlefield where you must measure each word to avoid discomfort, then listen closely. Arthur Schopenhauer made it clear, intelligence is not always a gift, at least not in the world of men. What seems like clarity to you is a threat to others. What seems like simple logic to you may feel like a dagger to their fragile pride. Truth, spoken without filters, can humiliate. And most people aren't in search of truth. They're in search of comfort. How often have you shared something obvious only to be met with disdain? How many times have you corrected someone only to receive resentment instead of gratitude? Intelligence, when wielded carelessly, awakens envy, generates rejection, and creates discomfort. Here lies the mistake of those who believe knowledge alone is enough. It is not enough to know. You must understand how to wield knowledge as a silent force, not as a banner waved in the wind. Schopenhauer called this the art of pretending to be a fool. Not because you lack intelligence, but because wisdom lies in knowing when to reveal it. Want respect? Don't boast. Want to be listened to? Don't correct. Want influence? Don't intimidate with intellect. Allow others to feel they've discovered the truth on their own. Those who rise in society aren't always the most intelligent, but those who navigate human relationships with subtlety. Truth is a double-edged sword, and the envy of the mediocre is an impenetrable barrier. This doesn't mean you should diminish yourself. True intelligence is not wasted in senseless arguments or proving righteousness. It knows when to speak and when to remain silent, when to reveal power and when to feign simplicity. Consider this. You're in a meeting and someone says something monumentally foolish. Your instincts urge you to correct them, to expose their ignorance. But before you act, think, what do you gain? Will you change their mind? Probably not. You'll provoke their resentment. No one wants to feel inferior. No one wants to admit they've been wrong for so long. So smile, nod, let the conversation move on. Not out of cowardice, but wisdom. Not every mistake needs correcting. Not every battle is worth fighting. Schopenhauer understood that fools have an advantage in this world, not because they are superior, but because society cherishes mediocrity. The mediocre band together, protect one another, and rise through the ranks. Meanwhile, the truly brilliant, if they fail to wield their intellect wisely, find themselves isolated. But here's the real game. You don't need to be part of mediocrity, nor do you need to confront it head-on. There is a middle path, a perfect balance. Play with others' expectations. Let them believe you are less than you are, only to surprise them when it matters most. History is filled with strategists who never revealed their full strength from the outset. Napoleon, Da Vinci, Tesla, all understood the power of discretion. The best players never show their cards too early. Here's the harsh truth. If the world perceives you as too brilliant, it will try to extinguish you. If you appear too wise, they'll try to humiliate you. If you lay bare your intellect without filters, they will turn on you. Not because you're wrong, but because human ego cannot tolerate being overshadowed. But if you learn to modulate your intelligence, to present yourself as approachable without provoking envy, you gain control. No one sees you as a threat. And when the right moment arrives, you can unleash your full capacity without resistance. This isn't cowardice, it's strategy. If you want to survive in a world where mediocrity reigns, you must master the power of silence, disguise, and patience. Uncontrolled intelligence can be a curse, but intelligence wielded with precision becomes the most powerful tool you can possess. The next time you find yourself surrounded by ignorance, remember this: you don't need to prove anything. You don't need to win every argument. You don't need to correct every mistake. Only fools expend energy proving their superiority. The wise play with time, perception, and patience. Pretending to be less than you are is not a betrayal of your intelligence. It's the most brilliant move you can make. But let's go deeper. Pretending to be a fool is just the surface. If you truly want to master this game, there's something more: the power of strategic invisibility. Think, who holds the most power in history? Those who trumpet their successes, or those who operate from the shadows? The answer is obvious. People fear what they don't understand, and what they can't see, they can't attack. If you go unnoticed, you avoid enemies, envy, and sabotage. The most astute individuals in history mastered this art. They didn't seek validation or approval. They worked in silence. And by the time the world recognized their presence, it was too late. The game had already been won. Nature proves this principle. The most effective predators do not make noise. The snake doesn't announce its venom. The tiger doesn't roar before attacking. The sniper doesn't reveal their position. Stealth is power. And here's the fascinating part: the lower your profile, the more freedom you have. People don't fight what they don't see as a threat. Present yourself as harmless, as non-competitive, and they will leave you alone. While they fight for recognition, you prepare for the real strike. The key is invisibility, but not irrelevance. The truly great aren't in every conversation. They don't waste energy in endless debates. They are in their own world, building, observing, waiting for the right moment to act. Most people expose their weaknesses in their desperate need for validation. But you wait, you analyze, you learn the faults of those around you. And when the time comes, you strike with precision. Napoleon once said, never interrupt your enemy when they are making a mistake. The same applies to life. People are always revealing their weaknesses. Just wait. The world isn't won by the smartest. It's won by those who know when to act, how to wait, and how to bend reality to their will without anyone realizing it. True power lies in the subtle manipulation of perception. The world treats you not as you are, but as it perceives you. If they see you as a threat, they will isolate you. If they see you as a pawn, they will use you. If they see you as ordinary, they will ignore you. But here's the secret: you can shape how the world perceives you. You don't need to be the smartest, the strongest, or the most skilled. You just need to appear as the moment demands. And once you control perception, once you master the power of silence and subtlety, you become a force the world cannot ignore. You become the puppet master. And the world, it will dance to your strings.